All right, so this is a bit of a trick question. I generally don't like to put trick questions because I find that you don't really learn from a trick. It sort of just kind of it makes you feel bad. But in this case, I do think there is a lesson to be learned from this type of a question, which is that velocity is not necessarily the same thing as speed. So oftentimes we use them interchangeably, and that's fine. But of course, in this case, so we've got a robot. The robot moved 3 meters this way, right? And then it turned around and moved 3 meters back to its original location, right? Within 6 seconds. So in terms of speed, of course, we moved 6 meters, right? We moved a total of 6 meters. 6 meters divided by 6 seconds, now that's 1 meter per second. So if we were asking about speed, it would be A, right? But of course, we're not asking about speed. We're asking about velocity, and velocity takes into account the what we would call the total displacement. That is to say, how did our position change from the beginning to the end, right? And of course, our position between the beginning and the end didn't change. We started out here at this point over here, right? And we ended up at the exact same point. So at the end of the day, although we moved a lot, our displacement, the amount we actually changed position, is zero. So displacement, or zero, divided by 6 seconds, of course, is going to be zero, right? So the correct answer here is B, that we did not change position from the beginning to the end. We started at the same position, we ended at the same position. So our total velocity is, or I should say our average velocity is 0 meters per second. Again, a bit of a trick question, but important to recognize what velocity specifically is asking about. So the correct answer here is B.